Okay, so we're here in Nabusimake in Sierra Nevada mountains, north in Colombia. We've been visiting a lot of small farms, and we're here in the village, which is basically like a hotel for all the mamus, which is the sort of chiefs in this area, where they come and meet and make decisions about the community. But I think yesterday was a very humbling, nice experience to meet the indigenous people and to see how they sort of welcome guests in this area. We had to go into their sacred house and one by one tell her name and why we were here, and they had to sort of approve before we were allowed to see this community. And afterwards we went to a lot of farms. And what's interesting here is that they all grow organic, and not because they have to, but because they want to. The indigenous people like to live in harmony with nature, and they don't want to ruin Mother Earth, which is very much in line with my philosophy, is that quality coffee comes from working with nature and not against nature. So we've seen some farms that are 40, 50 years old with typica trees, and they look a lot like farms in Ethiopia. Very tall, skinny trees with very few cherries on. So the production is very low, but you can see that the trees are quite healthy, except when the altitude is low. Then there's a lot of leaf rust, and they have some problems with that. But they're able to control it with natural manure, organic fertilizer, and also controlling the shade. So controlling the moisture level at the farm, so they can keep it under control. But today we saw a very, very special farm at 2,000 meters above sea level, which is quite rare here because we're further away from equator, so the climate is quite cool. And the trees were probably 4 or 5 meters tall. It was like walking in a forest. We could barely walk through the coffee plantation because there were so many banana trees, orange trees, guava trees, and so on. And the coffee has a slower maturation, apparently much more acidity. We'll have to try. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm definitely taking a sample home. But the trees were extremely healthy. There was no leaf rust because it's too cold here. And it was very interesting to see that you can actually grow coffee at this altitude in this area.
Cool.
One of the things that I found quite unique here is that when you travel around to other farms around the world, and especially organic farms, it seems like very hard work, and there's a lot of problems because it's expensive, the production goes down, and so on. But the people who are here who are growing organic, it just seems very effortless, and it's so natural for them. So it doesn't, it's not something that someone has forced on them. It's just the way they do things, and their way of life is very much in harmony with nature. They only grow the food that they need to eat, and they work together. You know, they help each other out, and it's like going 100 years back in time, or maybe more, I don't know, but it seems like a very nice way of living, actually, to be honest.